What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ. I figured I'd dish on this. We talked about the Hall of Fame last week, and some notable players that have yet to be inducted, and I think that's bullshit. But topic came up in conversation. I saw it this week in Boston. Dan Shaughnessy, the resident shithead of Boston media, Boston sports media, said after voting for Kurt Schilling on the Hall of Fame ballot each of the last 4 years, he won't be doing so anymore because of Kurt Schilling's Twitter account. Yep. Not for what he's done on the field, but because Kurt Schilling has a different in it. One of the biggest Schilling fans there is, always will be. Some of the shit tweets, not exactly well-informed political discussions. Let's call it that. But for Shaughnessy to do that is A, doing the old school media thing of making the story about yourself, and B, it's what? So what a guy did on the field is takes a backseat to his political leanings. I think you look at all these Hall of Fame snubs, and whether it's McGillney, whether it's Andrew Chuck, whoever, it's like, is there an ulterior motive to these voters not putting these players in? And my thing with Andrew Chuck is 640 goals, he's on the Hall of Fame. That's unheard of. Stanley Cup, all that shit. He's not like, did Andrew Chuck do? And every time I've met or talked to him, I've met him once in Tampa, very nice guy. And every person I've ever talked to that's dealt with him said very nice guy as well. So I don't know if that's the case or if people just hate Dave Andrews. I don't get it. And same thing with McGillney. Pavel Bure took forever to get in the Hall of Fame. The Russian Rocket, did he have the best relationship with the media? Not really. So, and again, I just think it's the big J journalists, as pardon my take would say, interjecting themselves in the stories. And, again, I can't help but think with some of these Hall of Fame snubs, there has to be personal bias there. That's the only motive I can make sense of. Because here's the thing, not everyone's a first ballot Hall of Famer. But a Hall of Famer when you see one. And, you can have the barroom discussions over, whether or not borderline Hall of Famers or, who was a really good argument I had with the other day. Schilling actually is the typical borderline Hall of Famer for what it's worth. I think he's a Hall of Famer for his playoff resume. But that's neither here nor there. I mean, we talked about Chris Osgood in the NHL. Close, but is he really, type shit. And, other guys like that. So, I think Carmelo Anthony's going to be a borderline Hall of Famer. And I know, going with basketball there, Olympic golds and all those points. But, I mean, at any point did you say, wow, this guy's the best forward in the league? And again, that's one way to look at it. But guys that belong and aren't in, there has to be something going on. So fuck you, Dan Shaughnessy, per usual, and we'll see. We'll see if maybe this next time around, Alexander McGillney and Davey Andrew Chuck get into the Hockey Hall of Fame. But I pushed for Bure for a while. Phil Housley was like my big push for a while, and now it's Andrew Chuck and McGillney. So any chance I have to advocate them belong in the Hall of Fame / discredit people that are keeping them out of the Hall of Fame, you can bet your bottom dollar I'm going to do it. Anyway, that's all I got to sort of the Power Play with CJ. Stay tuned for episodes for the season and beyond. Later, guys.